Hi, I'm Eric with Ozark Kitchens, and today I'm joined with my wife, Karis,
Hello.
and we're going to talk about how long it takes to remodel a kitchen. So one of the most common questions we get is, how long does this process take from start to finish? So I figured we would talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard it can be pretty inconvenient.
It can be. So we'll talk about the actual, let's just say the construction phase of it. This doesn't include the design work and all the stuff leading up
Right,
to
when we're making
construction.
all the selections and you're picking out your tile and your countertop and all the fun parts.
Yeah. So that process is, it could take as long as it needs to make sure it gets right.
That's right.
So we'll just start day one. This is when we come in and tear up your house.
You are going to use some dust control. We're going to take care of the rest of the house.
So, right, we'll put up some dust barriers, protect the floors, but this is where the demo starts. Mm-hmm. And the old kitchen starts coming out, and we start preparing the way for the new kitchen.
Gotcha. That's always kind of fun to watch the space empty out. So before you come in and do demo, is there anything the homeowner needs to do prior to that?
That's a great question. So all of the cabinets need to be empty.
Oh, okay.
Like all the pots, pans, all that stuff.
That makes sense.
If you could box that up, put it out of the way. If there's large furniture or the big appliances, we can move those for you. If you just let us know where to put it. But yeah, if you can make sure everything's cleaned out, that makes the job a lot easier.
Now, do you put any of the appliances where I can use them during this period?
Yeah, we try to set it up as best we can. The hardest part is no sink and usually no stove or range during this process.
Yeah, because the stove just can't plug into any outlet.
Right. But the refrigerator, coffee maker, the small appliances, we can usually set up somewhere for you.
Okay, sounds good.
But we're looking at a 4 to 6 week long process. The first week is mostly demo. If there are any structural elements that have to be changed, like let's say we're gonna take out part of a wall or open up a doorway, or if anything with the floor that needs to be done, all that's done the first week. If we're moving plumbing, like sink, ice maker, that sort of thing, electrical for adding lighting, which is pretty common, all of that gets done usually the first week.
Okay. When does the fun part start? When I can start seeing my new cabinets that I picked out?
Yeah, that usually starts towards the end of the first week or the second week. Depends on how much prep work has to be done to get started. But we want those cabinets in place as soon as we can get them, because the next step could take a little longer. So,
what's the next step? What takes so long?
Well, the next step is the countertop template.
Okay.
So if you're going with like a stone, like a granite, quartz, marble, something like that, the fabricator has to send out a technician to using lasers. They scan the kitchen and create a layout for the new tops, and they take that back to their shop where they fabricate them, cut them out, and prepare them to be installed.
Okay, so that takes a little bit longer.
That could take up to 14 days.
Oh, wow.
So we try to get those cabinets installed as quick as we can, so that then the countertops can be...
Well, what do you do in the meantime? If we're waiting 14 days for countertops, is there anything that can be done in between?
Yeah, we try to schedule the flooring to be done during that time. Okay. Or, if there's other trim, molding, those sort of things to be done during that week or so. But it is potential it could be a slow week. Okay. Just because we're waiting on the countertops.
Well, once the countertops go in, what happens after that?
That's when we can really start to finish up. So the sink could be connected, and
I'm sure I'll be ready for that.
Yeah. That's when if you're doing a tile backsplash, that will go in. Might could even install appliances at that point. It depends, but that's when, once the tops are in, we can start wrapping things up.
Okay, good. Well, how much longer would it take, you think? I mean, you have all these things to do. That sounds like a lot of stuff.
It is, and depending on the size and the scale of work that we're doing, it could take that 4 to 6 weeks. So the last week is going to be wrapping up with the appliances, maybe painting, touch-ups, those sort of things. So we usually say 4 to 6 weeks, and will be
total.
done.
That would be about right. Okay. Well, that's helpful to know. I have my expectations are a little more in line with what reality would be.
Yeah,
So.
and we try to make the process go as quick as we can, but it's nice to know to be prepared for that length of time.
Very good. Very good.